Well, I'm here today in another studio, a studio slash workshop. Hello! And I'm here with Daryl Wedwick. He's the feature artist for October at Artist Workshop Gallery. Hello, Daryl.
Hello, Marlene.
Oh, exciting to be in your studio. So, what have you worked on for the exhibit?
Well, for this is one of the a version of one of the paintings that will be exhibited, or a version of it is. Can you get that?
Well, let me see. I'm going to pull it just a little bit to get that. There we
Okay.
go. Okay. Oh, now what's the title of this one?
This one is the is entitled "Rainbow Umbrella for Each."
Oh, man, that's cute. And that's sunshine?
That is sunshine. Well, the whole umbrella. There is a version of these that is completely yellow below the umbrella, but there's also a version such as this where I've done a rainbow effect coming down from the umbrella.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. Now, where do you get your ideas?
Well, they come here, there, and yon. This one was a version of this particular
Okay.
drawing, which has evolved from earlier versions of umbrellas and people in rain, and also been adding some dogs to the more recent version of things.
You can tell you live in the village.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh,
But yes, I enjoy starting off with doodles, and sometimes they turn into paintings, and sometimes they turn into more doodles, and are do not necessarily make a whole lot of sense in the real world, but I have been told that my work is somewhat whimsical.
I think it's whimsical.
Thank
Oops,
you.
that fluorescent. There we go.
We have, for instance, over here on up that way is the original doodle for this particular painting, which in the real world does not necessarily make any sense because you have one flag obviously blowing in the different direction. E for rogue. Painting is entitled Rogue Flag.
Rogue flag. Do you dream these paintings or do they just come into your head?
They appear in various at various times. Um, one of the more someplace in here is a cat picture.
Okay. So you
And
do.
this particular picture was
Whoops.
taken on the farm where there are many cats on the farm where I grew up.
Oh, so this is your growing up farm where you worked and was raised as a boy.
Yes,
Ah.
and which I left in 1960.
And you seem happy about that.
Yes, indeed. My brothers have inherited the farm in northern Wisconsin, along with all of the various beasts and all of the beast various byproducts, and a 30-degree below zero
Oh my
January
gosh.
mornings, and all the machinery and the buildings that are getting older as we speak.
Oh,
And I'm down here in the village.
in paradise.
In paradise, yes, indeed.
Oh, so do you name your paintings before you paint them?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
This one might be entitled something like Sentinel or Watchcat, or I don't know yet.
Oh.
Sometimes I ask my wife about what she thinks about something, and she is very free with her opinions in all my paintings. And sometimes she has offered an opinion of something which I think has been very well considered. There was one where, well, there were a number of colors and around things and such. Her suggestion for the title there was The Day That the Beach Ball Blew Up. It sold soon after with that particular title.
Oh my goodness.
And so I do not name them ahead of time. I think this rogue flag was thought of as being, wherever it went, was this drawing, as the drawing was being done, that particular image came to mind, the title of Rogue Flag. So that one had a title from the get-go.
From the get-go. Okay. Boy. But you've painted other flags. I see another one here.
Oh, yes.
Yes, but
well,
it's not the rogue.
No. I had done a series of 4 flags. Obviously, the wind is coming from the right on that picture, and there's a mirror image where it is coming from the left, and there is the rogue flag, and somewhere around there is a drawing of a big flag, the same size of picture, but the flag is hiding down here, where the flags are blowing in the same direction.
Okay, but big.
Big flags.
Big flags over a city. Yeah. Oh, cool. Have you painted this yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Oh, that is just fascinating. So.
Now, some of these things, as mentioned, just kind of come from doodles.
From doodles?
Some come from a different version of reality, if you wish to think of it that way, and exaggerations and such, and every once in a while, something like the cat is going to look very much like a cat sitting in a barn window or in a barn door.
Okay. Well, I noticed you've got a landscape started over there too.
Ah.
So is that realistic, or is it going to be something that's a little more whimsical?
That's going to be a little more, there it is.
Realistic?
A little more realistic.
Realistic, like a sunset?
To celebrate the sunrise.
Sunrise, okay.
To be back a few weeks ago when things were very smoky, courtesy of the fires in the west.
Right.
The sunrises were quite spectacular.
We did have quite a few sunrises that way.
So were the sunsets, but yes, this would be a sunrise over looking east over Lake Coronado from the general vicinity of the natatorium.
Okay.
And this was the first version, or a version where I was experimenting with colors, and it was an interesting experiment. And the next time I do this, we're going to have different color sun and different color water, and but it's a work in progress.
Work in progress, right? And you work in what medium?
Watercolors.
Watercolor. Is that always been your favorite medium?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And how long have you worked in watercolor?
I took my first watercolor class in 1963 in college because I was not allowed to take an art class in high school because when I was a sophomore, the Russians launched Sputnik. And immediately, well, those of you who've been around at that time know what happened to the American educational system. There was a great fit, and everybody wanted to know what is wrong with the American educational system because the blinkety blank Russians beat us up there first.
Right.
And consequently, those of us who are college bound had an interesting experience of 2 or 3 years of math in 2 years, on our last 2 years of high school, and we weren't allowed to mess around with art and stuff like that. They did not throw us out of the band or the choir. That was, I guess, because those two classes started the school day, and there wasn't a reason for us to be expelled from those. But I didn't have the opportunity for art classes in high school. And when I got away to college, I could take art classes, and I ended up with a theater major and an art minor, much to the chagrin of my parents who had paid my way. But after that, it was my decisions to go on for a master's and a doctorate in theater. And since I was paying my way completely, my parents just sat there and looked on, trying to figure out what they had done wrong for me doing those things.
Just shook their head. Oh, no.
Absolutely.
The rogue son.
My dad was a math teacher, and my mother taught typing and shorthand and those sorts of things.
The very practical things.
The very practical things, yes, indeed.
Oh, boy. But you've made a good living at this.
Yes. Married a woman who was, I met in graduate school, so betwixt her and her income and mine, we did not bad for educators. And here we are.
Here we are in paradise again.
Yes.
Yes. Well, is there anything you'd like to say to people about your exhibit?
Well, it's at the Artist Workshop Gallery, 610A Central Avenue, and come
and buy, and it's hanging for
come by and see us.
Right. And we've got about 30 members now, so it's a really good showing of lots of variety down there. I'm impressed every time I walk in. I just can't believe it. So.
And this will be the second month of exhibits for 3 of the brand new artists.
Right.
Who I think have done very
well.
Interesting work.
Oh yes, very. So. And you are a feature artist with Karen Garner, and this will hang for the entire month of October.
Yes.
And we're open. It's hard to describe when we're open. We're open on Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday from 10 until 5, and Sunday from noon until 5. Did I get that right?
You got that
Oh,
right.
man,
Yes,
I
indeed.
can't believe it. We're trying to work towards opening 6 days a week, and hopefully eventually go back to our 7 days.
That would be nice.
It would be. We all miss it. We do.
Yes.
And we are not participating in the actual gallery walk night because our building just does not render itself well to a crowd and adequate ventilation. Right. So we have, for your safety and for ours, have decided not to participate. But that does not mean that we don't continue to have the feature artist and continue to change out our work. We're still trying to keep as normal a schedule as possible while we're all suffering through this miserable COVID. So, well, Daryl, I appreciate you sharing your time with us.
Thank you, Laura.
And I wish you all the luck in the world. And
you.
come out and buy Daryl's work. It is
Absolutely.
it will make you grin and it will make you think. So come out and enjoy it. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.